Welcome back to the series of studies we are uh, embarking on through the Gospel of Matthew. You may be aware that there are four Gospels. Matthew, in terms of chapters, is the longest with 28 chapters, but Luke is also of approximately the same length. Mark is the shortest of the four Gospels and has 16 chapters. Mark is most notable for the word and use of the word immediately throughout. So it's a very quick and rapid presentation. The Gospel of John is unique in terms of its order of material versus Matthew, Mark, and Luke. The Gospel of Matthew, chapter 14. We're going to read from verses 10 and 11. I'm going to be reading out of the Good News Bible, which is today's English version. Matthew chapter 14, verse 10 says this: So he had John beheaded in prison. The head was brought in on a plate and given to the girl, who took it to her mother. A persistent and pernicious idea is that people in this life get what they deserve. In this view, the world is just and fair. Bad things do not happen to bad people. In some Eastern religious traditions, the idea is captured in the belief of reincarnation. Now, in the Western world, we have the more popular version of reincarnation. But in actual religious traditions in the East, reincarnation is often a reflection of what you did in your past life. So if you are born into a lower caste, you only have yourself to blame. You did something bad in a previous life. The book of Job in the Old Testament is a reaction against the idea that it is only to bad people that bad things happen, and ergo only good things happen to good people. In essence, Job is where he is according to his friends because there's some sin somewhere that he has committed that needs to be dealt with. And various ways and different cultures have accepted this belief as a way to explain the vicissitudes of life. In the Christian church, we have our own version of bad things do not happen to good people. You see, if you are of God, then you will be blessed. To be blessed is to have an abundance of things. Prosperity theology, in that sense, is just a jazzier version of a very old idea. The danger in the church, and for that matter outside the church, is that people will believe in things they want to believe in, even if they are not true. You see, people want to believe God will bless them materially, even if it is not true. You see, it makes faith oh so simple and so much simpler. It removes the bumps in the road and the uncertainties at the fork of the road. People prefer lies to truth if one is simpler to believe. And that's a huge, huge point. The Christian faith does not call us to a lazy mind. The Christian faith, to practice it and to live it out, will challenge us intellectually. It is sometimes far easier to live in our sin and our ignorance. Far simpler, far easier. John the Baptist was a man of God, a man of conviction with a vision from God. What we see of him indicates that he did not just give a part of himself to God. He was all in on his faith commitment. Did John the Baptist have his shortcomings? Yes, he was a human being, no doubt. Did he have his failings? Again, he was a human being, no doubt. Yes, he was human and was not the infallible word of God in the flesh. If there is a man who should not have endured what he did at the end of his life, it was him. What he did was have the gumption to stand for truth when it had a real cost. John the Baptist had learned long ago it was not enough to have a Sabbath day faith in the synagogue. He took his faith out into the world and let people know of it. He was willing to, and he gave his life for it. It was not just enough for him to be quote unquote religious. The life of faith comes with no guarantees for this life. We are not here to revel in the best of what life has to offer. We are here to serve and to give of our lives for the cause of Jesus Christ. There is simply no cost that is too great to pay for the privilege and honor that comes into those that serve him who died for them. I'm not saying we are going to go out of our way to lose our head. No, it does not work that way. There is no one path for all of us to take. I am saying that there will be a price and a cost to be true to him. We will not in this life, as children of his, get what we deserve. But you know what? The reality is, Jesus is not going to give us what we deserve. In and through the cross, we have grace, and through that grace, redemption and deliverance from our sin. We did not and will not get what we deserve. And this is fine for me because I know that when I step into eternity, I will be his and he will be mine. What this exactly means, I do not know. Ask me in about 10,000 years.